Hello and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. It's Friday, I don't know, what is it actually? Let's have a look. 11th, Friday the 11th of November, 8:45 AM, and I've quite obviously just dropped the little one off at school because I've got a few deliveries on the way into work, so I'm going to be a little bit late into work, and we're going to go now and visit Cold Drawn Products and drop them some of their filter coffee off. They tend to have our Old Vienna filter coffee, Old Viennese style blend of filter coffee, which has a bit of a fig in it, would you believe? Back in the day, little coffee fact for you here, it is the coffee vlog, I suppose I ought to put a fact in. Oh, my decorative lighting's still on. Doesn't really do a lot in the light, to be fair. Yeah, Viennese coffee, they used to cut coffee with fig, and they did this primarily because fig was cheaper than coffee at the time, so it was obviously a good way. You blend the coffee with the fig because you obviously save a bit of money because you get the same weight of coffee that's been brewed, but there's a larger proportion of it fig than coffee. Nowadays, ironically, fig, sort of roasted and ground fig, is more expensive than coffee is. So that idea went out the window, but there are still Viennese blends about because some people did develop a taste for it, for having the sort of the hint of fig flavour in there. So yeah, there is still some Viennese blends, and there's also coffees with fig. Let's just see if we can get around this bend without crashing into everyone. Yes, very good. So yes, so we're off to Cold Drawn Products first. So this will be a bit of an adventure for you. I've not been over this side of Bradford before, I don't suppose. So this week, yes, the big news of this week is, of course, and if you've watched the video already from last night, we had snow on Wednesday, and we had a lot of it. Now, last year, I don't think we even had a... Oh, God. Oh, yeah. We don't think we even had a harsh frost during October, November or December last year. We didn't even have a frost on the cars until January, I'm pretty sure. And then this year, sort of last week, we had quite a few very frosty mornings where it took some de-icing of the car. And then, yeah, Wednesday morning, woke up and there was a lot of snow in our area. Needless to say, I put the video up so you can make your own judgment on the amount, but there was quite a few centimetres on the car. It took a bit of digging out. And there were some people, I'm going to admit, I kept my own commentary in the video, and apparently Bob Bell 69 was watching it and thought it was hilarious. I can't absolutely understand what's just so funny about me, a guy driving to work in the snow, singing to 90s dance music. What's amusing about that? I don't know. So if you haven't watched it, I've just got one thing to say about that, to be honest. There's a guy in the place, he's got a bit of street face, and he goes by the name of Ebenezer Good. All will be revealed if you ever get to watch it. So yeah, we had some snow, so had some fun going down, and yeah, there was one van in particular. I ought to really look at the time, do a time check on it, but this guy had obviously got in his van, turned his windscreen wipers on and started driving, and that was it. None of this, oh, let's clear the windscreen and the side windows and the rest of the car so we can see what we're doing while driving and avoid obstacles. No, I'll just get in and make this. And his van must have had the tiniest windscreen wipers that have ever been existed, because there was just like this tiny little square in the windscreen for him to look through. It was just ludicrous, it really was. And I'm pretty sure people don't realise that it's illegal to drive like that. Just like if you drive with a partially frozen screen and just scrape a little area over that, because you can't see what's going on. You've got multiple blind spots. You could pull out on someone or drive into a bike or anything. So yeah, but there's quite a few people obviously just thought that was a great idea. Also, An interesting thing of watching it was the traffic into Bradford on Wednesday morning was ruined. I don't know if there was, I think there was some accidents deeper into Bradford. I think there was one on the way where we're going now towards the 606, but yeah, there was a few accidents, and I think that and the snow and everything just sort of caused a cumulative effect. And yeah, there was just a queue nearly from where I join off Cooper Lane onto that sort of main road that goes. It's pretty much a straight road from where I lived into Halifax, and the queue into Halifax was pretty much nearly. You cheeky monkey. He went in the right turn lane and went left to avoid the queuing traffic. Sneaky. It's a good idea, that. I should have done that. Damn it. Yeah, it was just solid traffic. I think possibly what may have amused Bob as well was the fact that as I was getting further along, once the queue had finally stopped, every car I saw coming the other way, I was just like, you're going to be in a queue, and you're going to be in a queue. You can amuse yourself on the way to work, can't you? It was a half-hour drive on Wednesday morning to work. Admittedly, this is going to be quite a long vlog if I do the whole trip to work, because by the time we get to Cold Drawn and then we go into Lightcliff tea rooms, it's going to end up being a very long vlog possibly. But I've got a crib sheet I had to write out thanks to Richard Nellis, because he tweets most days things he wants me to say on the vlog. It's alright doing that, Richard, but your brain isn't as good as it used to be fair, and I can't always remember these things. So I have had to do myself a little crib sheet so I know precisely what I've to mention, which I'll get round to at some point. Most likely when I can actually get a chance to have a look at the sheet and see what it says on it. So I'll have to keep double checking on when I'm stopped and things. So yeah, weather has been pretty bad this week. We have, of course, just because the weather's been bad, you know it, we've been having the heating done, haven't we, at work? Yes, that was a good idea, well planned. Good time of year, when it goes freezing cold, do the heating. I mean, fortunately, because they're putting a new system in, the existing system is still working. So we should really have no dead time when we've got no heating. They'll just transfer over from one to the other. But of course you've got disruption again, because they're putting new radiators in and they're running all the pipe work for them and everything else. So now I think I can get down this road here to Cold Drawn, fairly sure I can. So we'll give it a try. Instead of going right the way. School here. So yeah, that has been quite bedlam, to be honest. We got round it. Not been too busy with the old AeroPresses. Seem to have done a lot of the ground coffee packages recently. In fact, I think I need to start putting those up a little bit. But pretty steady away with the post and stuff, so that has been alright. Let's see if we can get through. There's a school down here, so it gets busy. It's a bit of a weird sort of place, because there's like school and all this residential bit, and then just right at the end of the place is this big factory, and it's just like, why did this happen? How did this factory just end up at the end of this road here? So if we sneak out, no, I can't. Oh, someone cool. I'm gonna sneak out before them. So yeah, here we are, Cold Drawn Products Limited. We are here. Drop their filter coffee off. So parked up at the front here. Right. So I shall be back shortly, having delivered the coffee. And I'm back. Delivery's now been done. Let's extract ourselves from here without hitting anything. Good start to the day, hitting something. Yeah, around we go. Okay, now getting out of here is now going to be a major job. because, as previously mentioned, there's a school down here and the road is very, very narrow and everyone double parks, causing all sorts of mayhem. So we're going to have a little bit of fun here. So you can expect for a little bit of time I'm going to have to concentrate on my driving and not on talking. So, and you're saying that, I think we've just gone past the sort of the dumping time. Can you say that? Dumping time for kids. I'm dumping the kids off at school. It just gets very tight just down here. Yeah, I think they've all gone now. Just late enough now, everyone's done their dumping for today. There's some bright sun, but actually there's some clouds looming over there. I think it was quite wet yesterday, but all the snow's gone. Right, we need to get straight across here, which is even more of an awkwardness, because these lot are all turning that way. So I've got to let them do that. Right, you go there, you go, and I can scoot across here. Yes. Another problem overcome. Thank goodness for that, eh? I was in text off the missus. I think she's just woken up. I sneaked off with her, leaving everyone else asleep, and just took the youngest. Did an operation on her hand yesterday. It was only a little operation to have something cut off the skin, but I think it hurt quite a lot. Yeah, that's kind of like not worked at all. Stopped to let me go opposite a car that's parked. Genius! Well done. Congratulations. Oh, the joys. Yeah, so we're gonna just sneak out here, I think, if there's nothing coming. And lovely, right. So we're now going to Lightcliff tea rooms. It's a bit tricky from where we are here now. The normal route I would take from home is quite a long way back the wrong way. So instead, I'm going to go down to the A58 and then join that towards Lightcliff, well, Hippodrome and Lightcliff, and that will bring us Lightcliff tea rooms anyway. But it's it tends to be, if I've been to Cold Drawn on a morning like this is the route I take back to work. Just it's just too fiddly to get across to the other route I take, so I just kind of live with it. It does queue up a lot at the Hippodrome lights, but I kind of just sort of live with that, you know. What can you do? There's going to be queues at some point, and you're just going to sit in them and live with it. So yes, new MacBooks. Everyone, I think, is quite undecided about the new MacBooks still. There's been a lot of, let's just get rid of you now because the sun's gone close. Oh, that's an old car. Is that an old Ford? Yeah, very nice. Anyway, yeah, so new MacBooks. Apparently it's like outsold. I mean, I don't know if it's outsold in numbers or outsold in monetary value, which wouldn't be hard considering how much the things cost. Yeah, but yeah, outsold in America, it's like outsold every other laptop category going or whatever. So new MacBooks, the whole thing about them having only USB-C Thunderbolt 3 ports, I don't know. I suppose people are going to get over it eventually. It still kind of befuddles me how they can manage that, because there's so many USB 2 and USB 3 devices about, and you'd think even though it's a brave move to do that, and it's possibly the right move to get the industry going and get everyone moving onto a standard that, you know, everyone can sort of have one cable rules them all, but you know, you kind of think, you know, at some point when they were doing this, didn't they think, you know, people are going to have legacy devices and we're shipping this with no way for them to connect the legacy devices without them going then to a third party. You know, out of the box, it should be able to do the things you want it to do, like connect to your iPhone via a cable. It can't do that. Didn't anyone at Apple think about this? That's just ludicrous, really. You've got an Apple iPhone and you cannot connect it by cable to the new MacBook because you don't have the right adapter. You've got to go and buy one separately. So out of the box, you can't do that with it. You can't connect a lot of your original existing accessories. If you had a USB 3 hard drive, you can't connect that to. It's just, you know, why didn't they put in a little adapter for a couple of USB 3 ports? You know, a Thunderbolt 3, USB-C to adapter to plug into it and then plug it in. Just include that in the box of MacBook, solve the problem straight away for everyone. But not the Apple way. We'll just sell cables in addition. When you buy a MacBook, suggested purchase this, otherwise you can't use nothing with it. I suppose it's good marketing, you know, getting people to buy more stuff. It's just if they don't realise and buy it and then get it home like, oh, got my new MacBook and I can't connect anything to it. Oh dear. But interesting to say, I do use AirDrop to transfer these vlog video files of me off my iPhone to the MacBook. And I'm going to admit, AirDrop now has progressed very, very well. It's good, very good. A few minutes to transfer what will be about 1.5 gigs off this. It'll just transfer it across, no problem at all. No wires or anything, just over the phone. AirDrop, choose the Mac. You get a little pop-up on the Mac with a little pie chart that shows the transfer of the file. It's good, you know. And that is kind of what they're moving towards, isn't it? You transfer everything without wires. All you've got to work out now, Apple, is how to charge everything without wires too. And then it'll be great. Now, another interesting thing, there's a guy behind me, he'll be cursing, it's not my fault all these guys. It's a Mini Clubman, look at that. It's got those funny old doors that open on the back, like a van door. Nice nippy little thing as well, look at him go. Go on, Mini! Fly! So yeah, AirDrop's pretty good, yeah, just get everything going wireless next, I suppose, is the thing to look toward. Maybe Apple then can get rid of the lightning port off the iPhone. They seem to be loving removing things. Get rid of the lightning port, just have it charged by magic, witchcraft, and then all your files you just need to transfer via the cloud, because the cloud is the one, the all-seeing thing. Because yes, funnily enough, the cloud is the all-seeing thing. Also, I was quite bemused, the latest Mac OS 10.12 or whatever it is, my god, Sierra Beta, this thing, what's it, jobby effort, decided to install itself yet again. The other night, went back to my MacBook Air, had to type the password in like some kind of Luddite. What? We have updated your Mac, see what's new in macOS Sierra. I can tell you what's new, you're downloading at like 15 megabyte a second. What is it? Puzzling away. Don't have, I'm starting to run out of power. No power. I don't have the desktop and documents shared on the MacBook Air with the Pro. The Pro's sharing it to the cloud, and also, as I mentioned previously, the Mac Mini has now gained my desktop from the MacBook Pro from work, which I'm now having to keep tidy, otherwise I get shouted at by the missus. She goes on the Mac Mini and she's like, what are these files doing cluttering up on the desktop? Oh, sorry, I'll tidy them up. But the MacBook Air, I wasn't sharing it, but it seems, and I've not really paid attention to it, I had another VM, Windows 7 VM, in the documents folder on my MacBook Pro that was obviously shared. And for some reason, after the latest update, iCloud Drive decided it was going to download that 17 gigabyte file that had been uploaded. I didn't even know it had gone up there. I didn't realise it got that. Alright, yeah, I'm alright. So yeah, I was like, right, that's fantastic. So when I left it doing it, it was just munching away. Don't imagine 17 gigabytes download. God. Like Cliff Day Rooms. Let's drop off their coffee. Doopy-doo. A bit of turny round here. So yeah, I left it to merrily finish that job, and then what I did is moved it on the MacBook Pro out of anywhere that iCloud could see it, and think I'm going to upload that. So there is a danger with these things now. If you're not careful where you're putting files, they're just getting fired up and then spread about all over you. It's good, but it needs some thinking, I think. Right, let's get this job done, and then we're on the last run to work. Yes! See you in a bit. And I'm back again. Video kind of froze up there somewhere, but it's all going good now. And let's see, just make sure that's... Oh, the milkman's coming, marvellous. Coffee man's been, now the milkman, so everyone can have their cappuccinos this morning. Interesting thing about Lightcliff tea rooms here, I don't know if I mentioned it in the previous vlog or not, but oh, excuse me, I need to move my foot mat again. The accelerator sometimes, when I ram it right down hard, gets stuck under the mat and then it don't come back up again. So when I'm bringing my foot up, accelerator stays down, the gear gets dropped, and the engine goes super power. Yes, we'll be in a queue in a minute, so I'll just adjust the mat again. Always had that problem since I had this car. I think it's the mat actually as well, doesn't quite fit where it is. The accelerator, for some reason, this Renault under the accelerator is like a lump sticking up towards it. That's going to stop you putting your foot down too far, and the mat kind of rides on that lump, and then the accelerator can get like clipped under the mat and it just holds it down. Very odd. Anyway, so Lightcliff tea rooms that we've just been to, the last bank holiday weekend on the Saturday night, they had the window smashed. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, one of the front windows, and the coffee machine nicked. 60 kilo coffee machine. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it before, but as we've just been there, it kind of reminded me again. So, sort this mat out. Go on, Matt. It's a bit better. So, yeah, I had the coffee machine nick. It's incredible, really. The stuff people will nick nowadays. So, ploughing on. Now, Richard Nellis, I know there are many things I still have to mention, and we're going to have plenty of time to do that during this journey. I will tell you that now. Get me way up here. So, consult my crib sheet. Let's have a look now. Richard Nellis has apparently done something as Elvis. I think I was reading a tweet about him being Elvis, or singing Elvis. He had a doctor's appointment. His blood pressure was good, apparently. So well done for that, having good blood pressure. Can't actually say I've got any idea what mine is. I'm not planning on finding out soon anyway. Oh, hey, it's not me. I've gone past. It's everyone else. No, it isn't. It might be me. It's a bit of both, to be honest. I might. Is it? Oh, he's going to do it. Yeah, the one behind's going. Yeah. No, I'd like to see our left space. I'm over it. It's the one behind it was over it. It's my story. I'm sticking to it. Oh, we're off. Quick. Get going before Colette chews us up. Colette. So Richard as Elvis, and he's got good blood pressure, and apparently he's also lost some weight as well. Richard, I lost some weight last weekend as well. Yes, I went to Tesco's Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and my wallet was considerably lighter after all that Tescoing. So yes, well done on losing some weight and having good blood pressure. You seem to be doing all right, buddy. Shame about the rest of us, but you know, we'll get by. So we're doing sneaky shortcut now rather than the direct route on the A58 into Halifax, because it can get a bit queued up. The last time I did this run, I foolishly thought, oh, it's 9:20, all the traffic will have gone by now, and I got a bit further down there and joined a queue that I spent ages in, which was actually because there was some random roadworks had just started, which I didn't realise was going to happen. So we're going to take this sneaky shortcut just to be on the safe side. Otherwise this will be a vlogzilla if I get stuck in a big queue there for ages. Boink, boink, boink. So now I had to mention some people as well. I just reading that sheet. Let's sneak round here. All the leaves are turning brown. You can make a song out of that, couldn't you? All the leaves are turning brown. Right, Angry Dashcam Man. Apparently he deleted all his videos. I've been watching him. Not really surprised, actually, considering the amount of expletives he puts through all the time. But I think I saw, actually, in one of the tweets from Richard this week that he's put a video back up again, so I might have to look at that. It's highly amusing. I have to wear headphones so that the family's delicate, pure ears can't hear the filth that comes from him. But yeah, I'll have to have a look, because it does amuse me quite a lot, especially all these ranting at people. A lot of bumps on this road. It's very bumpy. Sorry about that. That's the only problem with this. Look at this last one. So yeah, there's Angry Dashcam Man. Paul at Lyon Street. I've gone a different way this week, Richard, so maybe we're going to look at this, because I think these were things on the way into work that I would have seen, but I haven't done. Right, what else we got here? David Crosswell. I don't know what David Crosswell's going to do with Richard. And there's something about T&P Print as well that's up near my way, but obviously I've not gone that way, so sorry Richard, can't really do a lot about that either. So, what's something else I was looking at? Oh, yes, couple of games. The youngest keeps finding these games. Well, of course, it's YouTube. He finds people playing on YouTube and play them. Hello Neighbour is apparently a new indie game coming out. It's been developed it's in alpha at the moment, so there's limited access. Of course, it's only available for Windows 64-bit. These game manufacturers love doing this sort of stuff to me. Fortunately, as previously mentioned, I did actually boot camp my MacBook Pro, so I can run a full install of Windows on it, boot into that, and it's a full 64-bit version as well. So that little boot camp install on my MacBook Pro is the gaming section, and then I can stick the MacBook Pro up on the counter by the telly, on the big sort of stand thing we built last year. Well, it's a shelfie type unit thing, and stick it up there out of harm's way. The youngest, I'll just sit with it on my lap. You're not having my MacBook Pro on your lap. Not so bothered about the Air, it's already got a dent in it, but not the Pro. It's going up there, and you'll use a controller. The PlayStation controllers didn't seem to want to work with it, so I've got to get him I've got a Bluetooth, one of those little Bluetooth keyboards with a touchpad in, so he was using that instead. Someone going to be nice and let me in. Follow the red car. Yes, thank you. So yeah, he had a go on that anyway, which is quite a good game. But he's now actually found it at Roblox. Roblox just makes people just make copies of anything in Roblox. It's amazing, really. It's an incredible platform. So yeah, he's been playing it in Roblox, which I think he finds a lot more fun, because on the iPad as well, it's easier to control it, because you've got to use sort of like key buttons and mouse clicks and things on the computer. So there's that one, and then Muddy Heights 2 he found as well. Now, this is a completely bizarre game. It basically, the game involves you pooping off a building, and you control the poop and try and splat as many people as possible with the poop as it flies around the ground below and whatever else, and bash things and whatever else, and you get combos for getting more people and getting this and that and this certain. Yes, it's very, very bizarre. It's a bizarre game. But yes, he's seen that one as well, so he had to have a go on that. Yes. We wonder why the youth of today is a bit messed up. But let's face it, no one's as messed up right now as America is. And any Americans that laughed at us for Brexit, laughed at the stupid British and they're leaving the EU and messing up their pound and whatever else, how stupid we're. You voted Trump in, you fools. How did you manage that? Everything that's come from America. No one likes Trump. He's terrible. No, he'd be the worst candidate. Hillary Clinton's going to win. She's wholesome, whatever else. What happens? You wake up Wednesday morning, it's snowed, and Trump's going to be president in America. Oh, what? How on earth did that even happen? I don't know. I really don't know. So who knows what's going to happen to the poor Americans now. What I'm kind of hoping is that it's going to devalue the dollar, and then the pound and the dollar will be back at the same state we were at before Brexit. So at least it'll sort that bit out for me, and I won't need to worry so much about all these price increases on things. But oh man, so yes, that is just hilarity, really. I do feel sorry for Americans. I mean, maybe some Americans wanted Trump and think he's going to be very good for them. Maybe. Well, obviously a lot of Americans think that because they all voted him in. So a lot of people do. I mean, you can't say I don't know anything about the political side of it. So, you know, I'm sure Paul, who watches my vlogs, I know because he was always coming into London, I'm sure he'll have an opinion on the whole thing, and whether it be any good or bad or whatever else. But yeah, that's what's been going on. Now, let's have a look. So, Twitter feed. You may have noticed or not noticed, if you follow my Twitter, there was a distinct lack of Apple news on it for a few weeks. Twitter feed I used to use, which just fires those like news reports to my Twitter. Because, to be honest, I don't have time to tweet that much. So, if it was just me tweeting, you'd get like, you know, you get a tweet a week or something on it. It'd be really boring and no one would be interested in following someone on Twitter that doesn't tweet much. So I have those auto tweets of Apple news and stuff. Used Twitter feed and that died off. So I had to find another one, which I managed to find Sunday morning in the end. I got up early Sunday morning and caught up with some bits and pieces. I think I'm using DLVR now. I think that's what it's called. Just to feed the old Twitter with some news reports, because I have that for obviously my coffee. And I also have the Pennine Coffee one has some sort of coffee related news ones as well. And it's nice, you know, people get to see them, and you know, I get a lot of people retweeting and liking and favouriting those news reports. So, you know, people are interested in them. And in fact, I tend to find out what's in them from people retweeting and liking them. So it's quite handy. Star Wars Battlefront, I have been plodding along with that. I think I'm on about 87 now, so getting close to that 90. What's been happening? I did manage to finally, I don't know if anyone noticed on my Twitter, the other night I managed to do one of these PS4 gameplay shares. It does a little video share. It wasn't particularly an exciting one. A little event, I came around a corner and came across someone who was as bad at shooting as I am, and the pair of us just randomly were shooting badly, not at each other but everywhere in between. And then by blind luck, I think I must have managed to kill him. Then ran off, could hear there was a proximity mine nearby, jumped in the air and managed to avoid getting blown up that, and dived on the objective and set it off. I thought, I'm gonna try. I just remembered that I'd activated this Twitter sharing thing, so I went into it. Didn't realise it opens a whole new app on the PS4, and then you've got to choose the section you want, select it and stuff. Well, of course, by the time I'd faffed about doing all this to share it and shared it, they put me back to the game. Game had finished, so I'd lost all the kills. And I mean, I had to get like 15 kills with a blaster pistol. Again, I've had that before. It's impossible. 15 kills with a blaster pistol, because it's just, you've got to be so precise with it, and I'm not precise. So it's just really, really hard to get kills with it, because you're trying to shoot and you're normally dead before them, because someone's got one of these great big chain gun things that blasting out 5,000 rounds a second at you, and you're just dead before you can even fire off one little blaster pistol pea shoot thing that only kills them if you get it dead square on the forehead. Right, this is going to be Vlogzilla. I have no idea what timing it's going to be, but it's going to be a lot. It must be well into 40 odd minutes. If anyone watches this, mind you, it was 30 minutes of me snow, and some people perhaps sat through and watched me driving about in the snow, laughing at me singing. But there you are. Right, have a good weekend and week next week, and I will catch you in next week's coffee vlogs. See ya!